always find it difficult to respond to questions where people can use the greatest people that ever stalked the earth. 6 million innocent victims up for the crematorium and equate it with judging people's lifestyles. I don't judge people. I'm not in a position to judge people. I'm not better than anyone. I know my own faults. But of course I have a moral system by which I live. Are we better off in a society that has no rules? Isn't that what Francis Lawrence argued against? Just a second. What I said was that mutilation of the body from a religious perspective is a sin. We are custodians of our body. It does not belong to us. Every secular, just a second, let me respond again. Every secular Western democracy will not allow you to commit suicide. It's not your life. Even if you want to. Try to jump off the Brooklyn Bridge, you'll be arrested by the New York police. Now you might call America a very oppressive society as a result of that. All I said was that in the same way that each and every one of us has a code where we say this is unacceptable, every one of us, unless you tell me that everything goes so long as you never hurt someone, which is one way of looking at the world. But every single one of us has a code. So for example, if a man never will cheat on his wife and she will never know, is it therefore not wrong? No one's been hurt. I think 90% of secularists would say that's still wrong. So even they have a code by which they live. The question tonight is, who defines that code? Is it a popular consensus? With Hitler, it would have been a popular consensus had he won the war, and he would have overturned what we call the Judeo-Christian ethic of Western morality, upon which Western morality is built. But all I say to you is, if you say to me, I have no right to judge people's actions, then who does? And if it's no one, then who's going to stop the rotten deterioration of society that virtually everyone is crying out for today? Students might not, because students aren't raising children. But those of us who are raising children, who want to ensure that they're not affected, Francis Lawrence got up and said yesterday, not only should society be concerned with what, let's say, 2 people do in the privacy of their own bedroom, she said we should be concerned with what one little child watches on TV in the privacy of his own bedroom. And I didn't see everyone condemning her as medieval and superstitious and backward. On the contrary, we know from Gibbon's book, The Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire, that towards the end of Rome, what we saw, there were women in the streets, men as well, that were copulating with animals and all kinds of things in public, and in private and public, but in public especially. Just a second. The question is, at what point do you say that society needs some sort of rule? And I'm not going to sit here and feel bad or be apologetic. I don't judge people, but of course we judge people's actions. I don't judge people because I don't know where they're coming from. There's a teaching in Judaism, you never judge a man until you're in his shoes. But to judge the action, of course, I could be very sympathetic to the murderer. Maybe the reasons he was raised, I don't know. But I have to condemn murder. And what no one's done tonight, except for me and Professor Ward, is saying that God, as creator of mankind, if he does exist, has a right to define how we best maximize human potential. What we haven't heard today is, what is the alternative to God? Can you be good without God? Perhaps not. But if you're going to vote that you can't, that you can be good without God, how? Who says what's good? Without God, all there is personal preference. It's what's good for you and good for me. And no two tastes are alike, and therefore no two moral systems will ever be alike as well.
The final question, please, this other side. From the gentleman up there.
This question is about the soul. I believe that the soul has a big effect on the way we behave, on our moral guide, on our moral values and so on. But I presume the Darwinian theory doesn't include the soul anywhere. So, if not, where we experience emotions, how can one possibly explain where we experience emotions such as love, or even simple things such as taste? Where do I taste something if there's no soul anywhere? Something external to the physical soul.
Obviously, I have to say that in some sense, tastes and emotions and everything else come from the brain. Now, for the second time tonight, I'm going to say I don't understand. I don't know where consciousness comes from. I cannot explain what consciousness is. I can't explain what consciousness is, and nor can these gentlemen here. Nobody can. There's a strong error which says science cannot explain X. Scientists admit they cannot explain X. Therefore, some other alternative philosophy can. Of course, that's a total non sequitur. There are many things that at present nobody understands. Nobody understands consciousness. I have the hope as a scientist that one day we, humanity, shall understand consciousness, maybe in a few hundred years' time. When we do, it will be science that explains it to us. I just wanted to respond to, if I might, this challenge to say that nobody has explained where our morality comes from. Where does our belief come from that taking vengeance is wrong? Well, certainly our belief that taking vengeance is right comes straight from the Bible. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. The Lord is entitled to take vengeance even if nobody else is, but the Lord was constantly encouraging other people to take vengeance. Now we're told that's all old-fashioned stuff, that nowadays we've moved on from that. And of course nowadays we've moved on from that, except for the point Julian made about the vital need for immutability, because otherwise where do you know where your morality is coming from? We both agree, we all agree, that you cannot get your morality from the Bible. We all agree that we get it from somewhere else. We all agree that we get it from our own thought processes. The only point of disagreement that remains is that those of us on this side do not believe that there is any absolute morality hanging out there in space waiting to be discovered, whereas on that side they do. However, on that side they never did answer the question of all the different religions, how do you decide which of the various alternatives is the right one? The weak, incredibly weak argument, well, you start with your own culture, is, I needn't say more.
Before we come to the vote, I'd just like very quickly to tell you what's going on in the L'Chaim Society over the next couple of weeks. We have another debate on November 11th, which is Must Marriage End in Mental and Sexual Boredom? That will be featuring Rabbi Voltaire, Marcel Dargy-Smith, who's the former editor of Cosmopolitan, now has her own TV programme apparently, and Lucy Stone, who is the nation's leading divorce lawyer. We also have tomorrow night, we continue our series, which is the Giants of Jewish History. Rabbi Voltaire will be talking about Maimonides. That's at 7:30 at the L'Chaim tomorrow. And as ever on Friday night, we have our Sabbath services, a meal. The services are at 7 o'clock. Most people just come along for the meal at 8. So if you turn up, you'll be extremely welcome. Now we come to the crux of the evening, which is the vote. The motion before this House is, can we be good without God? So all those who think we can be good without God, please raise your hands.
5.
And all those who think that we cannot be good without God, please raise your hand.
15. I thought what was going to be who changed their mind.
I think the third question you could ask.
The motion's the same.
Because of God.
The final question is, has anyone changed their mind? Has anyone here changed their mind from the science perspective to the religion one? 3 people? 4 people? 5 people? Like auction, 6 people? Going once?
Greasecoat to everybody.
6 people. Okay, has anyone changed their mind from the religion side to the science side? 1, 2, 3, 4. Please raise your hand. Is there anyone else? 2 people we have. So thereby having rigged the voting mechanism,
We always vote by who changed their mind.
it gives me great pleasure to declare that both sides won. I think the moral victory goes to religion because it's the first time they've ever won anything at all. Please